welcome to Edupedia World Videos. This is the course Linux Operating Systems Basics with Vagish Kumar, and in this particular video we will be learning how to configure your BIOS settings for 64-bit virtual machines. Well, we have learned how to install the Oracle VirtualBox, which will be acting as a software to configure virtual machines on your system. So you can add virtual machines. So what is a virtual machines? If I say in brief, I would like to summarize it that it is actually an emulation of a separate computer inside your main operating system. Okay, so in case you want to learn a new operating system, like in this course we are learning Linux, and we do not want to do away with our basic operating systems, which is Windows. So on my laptop currently Windows is installed, and if I want to install Linux, either I'll have to remove Windows from it or I'll have to do a dual boot. So that could risk my data being lost, or that could also cause some other issues, like there can be memory issues and all. So if you don't want to get into that kind of fuss, and if you want to like time and again install Linux to practice, okay, so if you want to do the practice of installation, so it is a lot better to use virtual machines to do your experimentation, because your actual system will remain safe. So that is why we have earlier learned how to install the Oracle VirtualBox. So you can refer to that video wherein we have shown that from where to obtain the Oracle VirtualBox setup and how to install that, and then we have also shown how to configure a virtual machine on that particular system. Now in that case, there is one small setting that you need to do in case you want to add 64-bit virtual machines on your system, because 64-bit virtual machine option will only be shown if it is supported by your underlying hardware. So your motherboard and your processor should support 64-bit virtual machine virtualization technology. It is basically the Intel virtualization technology. That support should be there on your system, and moreover, not only on your hardware, it should also be available with your operating system. So if you are using some 64-bit Windows operating system, so it should be there on your system, and for that, to enable it at your hardware level, you have to do a small setting in the BIOS configuration. So we will see in this particular video how to enter BIOS configuration and how to do that particular setting. So first of all, let us see that how you can actually get into the BIOS settings. So BIOS settings can be entered into only while your system is booting up, when it is starting up. Okay, just before the operating system has started loading, you can enter into the BIOS settings. So to do that, just turn on your computer, and immediately after turning on your system, look up on the startup screen. That will be the screen where your manufacturer logo would be there, like Lenovo or IBM or Dell or any other manufacturer. So there the logo will be there, and along just below the logo, or maybe at the top of it, there will be some line which will be saying that press this key to enter setup, or press this key to enter BIOS settings. So you have to take note of which key it is asking you to press, and immediately you have to press that key after that, just before your operating system actually starts to load. Once your operating system has started loading, then you cannot go back and enter into your BIOS settings. Then you will have to first shut down your system again, and you have to begin from the beginning. So it is very important that immediately after that particular option is shown on your screen, you press that particular key it is asking for. So I'll show you a few examples. Like this is an example of where the option is actually shown. So you can have press F2 or press delete to enter setup. Like over here, there is this small option which is shown over here. So let me just point over it. Okay, so this is where it is showing this particular option. Press F2 to enter setup. Okay, so this is something which you have to actually look for, and you can also see in your like this is a screenshot from a Lenovo system, so it is asking you to press delete. DEL is the short form for delete key, okay, which is there on your keyboard. So on some systems it asks for delete key, and suppose you do not see any option while your system boots up, you are not able to find any such option listed on it. So what you can do is you have two more options. One is that you can search Google for how to enter BIOS settings on your particular system. So you have to enter the make and model number, and searching on the internet will certainly help. So what you have to do is you have to enter something like this, that how to enter BIOS settings for your particular system. Like I have entered for my system for Lenovo E431, so I have entered the make and model of my particular system. So it is very important to enter the exact brand name and exact model number. So because it varies from model to model also, the technologies keep on updating and these options keep on changing, so you have to be very careful for that. Or if you still are not able to find it, or you don't have some internet connection or some issue like that, so what you can do is you can try a hit and trial method, and I have listed down a few options that are there that I have seen in most of the systems. So some of these options might work. So one is hitting the delete key just while your system is booting up. So you can press it multiple times if you don't know exactly where to press it, but you have to remember that it should be done before your operating system, before the Windows logo appears on the screen. You have an animated Windows logo, so just before that, just after pressing your the power on key on your system, you will see some screen, and from there on you have to start pressing it repetitively for this hit and trial method to work. So either you have to press delete key, or you have to press the F2 key, or in some systems it is F10, F12. It can be escape in some systems. Okay, so in some systems it is like you have to first press escape key, and then it will show you a few options like to enter your BIOS settings, press this key, and to choose the boot order, press this key. So these kinds of options can be there. Or in some systems it is F9, F1, and in some systems there are some key combinations. Like in my particular system it is Fn plus F1. So in Lenovo E31 system, which I am using, it is F1 plus Fn, which is the function key which is available in the laptops these days. So function key plus F1. So this is the combination that I have to press to enter BIOS settings, and in some other systems it can be Fn plus F2. So if you want to try a hit and trial method, you can try any of these keys or these combinations and see which one works for you. Now once you enter the BIOS settings, you will see a blue screen. So that's when you will know that it is your BIOS settings have appeared. Okay, so blue background will be there. Generally it is a blue background. So now once you have opened the BIOS settings, you have to find the option for virtualization. Okay, so this virtualization option is generally located somewhere under the tab advanced BIOS settings. So this BIOS is a tabbed user interface. Okay, so there will be various tabs, and either on the rightmost half of your screen or at the bottom you will be able to see the navigation keys. That is, it will tell you that press left and right arrow keys to navigate between various tabs, and press up and or down key to select various options. Okay, so you have to follow those instructions carefully, and you have to go to the particular tab. So generally it is under advanced BIOS settings tab or under the security tab that you will find the virtualization option. So I have a few examples over here like this. In this particular case, the option is under the security tab. So when you will navigate towards security tab, you will find this system security settings, and in those system security settings you will have this virtualization technology VTX option. So it is right now highlighted over here, which is enabled. So you can either enable it or disable it. So if it is disabled, you have to enable it. So finally it should be enabled, only then you will be able to see this 64-bit option in your Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, so another example is over here where the virtualization option lies under the advanced BIOS features tab. So first you go to the Advanced BIOS Features tab, and once you enter it, you will find this Virtualization Technology option over here, which you have to then enable from this particular setting. So you have to first press enter, and then you have to select enabled, and then press enter again. So here you can also see various keys are given, like you to move you have to press either up or down arrow or right or left arrow, and to select you have to press enter key, and then you have plus minus PU up, page up, page down to change the value. So what you have to do in this case is first you have to move from your arrow keys to select this Advanced BIOS Settings features. Then you have to select it by pressing enter, and once you get into Advanced BIOS Settings features, you have to then press up or down arrow key, where this particular pointer over here will move up and down. So you have to come to this setting, Virtualization Technology, and then you will have to press either page up, page down, or plus or minus to change this value from disabled to enabled. Once it is enabled, you have to press F10. So here F10 is for save. Okay, if you will press escape, which is for exit, then it will ask you that you want to save setup or exit, or you want to straight away exit. So you have to choose the correct options. Remember that after doing this particular setting, you have to save settings and exit. So you don't have to exit without saving the settings, otherwise it will not get reflected. So you have to first navigate to the save settings and exit option. Either you can see it here, like I have seen that it is F10 for saving the settings and escape is for exit. So first I will press F10, it will ask me to save the settings. I will press yes, and then I will press escape to exit. Otherwise, in some setups you will have to navigate to a separate option which says save and exit. The other option to exit is exit without saving. So we don't have to exit without saving, we have to save and exit. And it is also specifying a shortcut over here, which also says press F10 to save and exit. So you can either press F10 to save and exit, or you can manually navigate to this particular option and save and exit. Similarly, you can see in another kind of a system, here you have save changes and exit option in the exit options tab. So first you have to use your arrow keys to navigate straight to the exit tab, and once you are in the exit tab, then you have to select save settings and exit. So that is how you can actually configure your BIOS to enable the 64-bit virtual machine option inside your Oracle VirtualBox. So in case you are not able to perform these steps due to any of the reasons, maybe your operating system is not supporting it or your underlying hardware is not supporting it, you can very well continue with the 32-bit virtual machines. It will hardly make any difference. The only thing is that the operating system image that you will choose to download should be the 32-bit virtual machine. So in our video tutorial on Linux installation prerequisites, we have shown two links to install CentOS operating system images, one of which is 32-bit and one of which is 64-bit. So there you have to choose the 32-bit link, and you have to download CentOS image from over there, and then you can install it over your 32-bit virtual machine. So you can create a 32-bit virtual machine on your Oracle VirtualBox and install the 32-bit operating system from the CentOS 32-bit image which you have downloaded from the internet. Okay, it will hardly make any difference. As we go further, you will see that there is absolutely no difference. So it is just to use 64-bit operating systems, which are the latest technology these days, that I have shown you this particular setting. Okay, so I hope that this particular video was clear to you, and continue to watch the course Linux Operating Systems Basics. Thank you.